That continued the theme of what we saw, Pat, in the first 5 matchups here, which is anything goes. But for Princeton and Columbia, it was all decisions. 3, though, decided by 1 point as we start right out of the gate at 165, and Columbia getting the early takedown.
Yeah, that was really fun to watch, the women's wrestling clubs going back and forth. And I would say that they're the 2 real pioneers of these women's wrestling programs, and they kind of really spurred the conversation to get these programs started. So that was really cool to see, and a great picture was taken at the end, and action continues right now, right away. Quick takedown from Mosher here.
Yeah, Kyle Mosher, the senior from Rockville Center, New York, 7-7 this season. Blaine Bergey, one of the Princeton captains at 165. He's 11-6 this season, but he's trying to kind of get back in a groove. He had a tight loss against his former teammate Jake Marsh in the Morgan State duel, and then a tough 5-0 decision loss last week against Drexel. Trying to get back on the horse here in terms of the winning ways, but he's had a strong junior campaign overall. 3-1 the score. And he was still the aggressor last week against Drexel. Just couldn't find that takedown.
Yeah, he was, I felt like, again, controlling the center for most of the match. Nice lefty single. But yeah, again, had trouble finishing, and now you see him get a nice finish there. Put himself in the lead 4-3 here. But I think it's, been a common theme. You see him come out firing. You see him come out really quick. Has a hard time finishing these takedowns that he puts himself in. And so it's good to see him finish that one there.
And now grabs the lead against Mosher, who's spent most of the time here at 165 in duels competition, but Andy Garz also had some success at the weight class. And now Blaine Bergey trying to get more here. Official looking in. He's going to give some swipes. Bergey, though, hoping for more. If he can get 6 points for Princeton, that would be huge. Mosher able to get the shoulder free enough, but Bergey's continuing in this motion, so no back points awarded just yet.
Yeah, that was a really nice set of back points there. Again, gets that arm bar and just doesn't hang on, continuing to drive forward, and gets a set of 4 back points, inevitably on the way. Maybe looking for more here.
Yeah, he's not focused on worrying about back points here. He's trying to get the Tigers 6 points. Finally, Mosher able to protect the back. And in short time, the 4 points are awarded. That long sequence eventually puts Blaine Bergey up 8-3. And so a job well done by the junior from Cumming, Georgia, a 2-time state champion by the way of Buford High, where he went 177-13. And we see one of the best moves of the night for the Tigers grapplers.
Yeah, again, look, he has that arm bar. He just takes it over and just continues to drive over it and winds up getting that exposure there. Really, really good job. Again, taking some risk. You love to see that.
And now if you're Kyle Mosher, you start out with the lead, the first takedown. How do you get yourself back in the groove here?
Yeah, I think, again, one escape is, a 4-point match, and a takedown gets you right back in it. So you have to have a short, thought process, and can't think about the past. You just got to think about how much time you got left on the clock. Blaine Bergey at this point in the second period is doing a really, really good job continuing this ride. I mean, he's up over 2 minutes of riding time already, and he didn't even have the first takedown. So that's a really good thing to see if you're Princeton, right? These guys are continuing to build their their leads on top.
Bergey began the year here at Jadwin Gym for the Princeton Open, went 5-1. Did a great job to avoid a Mosher reversal. His most important victory in duels competition occurred by the way of sudden victory against Rutgers. He's 2-3 in duels competition overall for the year and has been steadfast here at 165. following the footsteps of Princeton assistant coach Quincy Monday, who, man, he began January as a busy young man, competed out in Croatia at the Zagreb Open, and then came back here as Princeton hosted Morgan State, and he got to coach against his father, Kenny Monday, the Olympic legend who's leading the Bears wrestling program. It's been a fun start to 2024 for Quincy Monday, as a stall call assessed to Kyle Mosher, point for Blaine Bergey, who looks like he's going to ride out this second period and has already locked in a riding time point.
Yeah, Blaine Bergey's been impressive. Again, not being phased by that first takedown, continuing to build his lead, taking some risk on top. I think it was. I've been really impressed with him thus far through the match, and we'll see how he finishes this third period.
He's got a locked-in demeanor to him right now. Mosher starts early. They didn't even turn off the Bee Gees before he started. I don't know. And now it's Bergey leading post.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back and forth. It's been all night, back and forth.
I think they just want to hear Staying Alive a little bit longer. That's just me, but
I wouldn't mind it.
We are now underway for period number 3. And so there's where, if you're Blaine Bergey, you have eyes on maybe bonus for Princeton, but you got to be smart here. You got to keep at it defensively, because one movement with swipes all of a sudden gets Columbia right back in it at 165.
Yeah, again, you want to get bonus, but you're not going to sacrifice getting the win, right, to do so. That being said, right, as a leader of this team, you know he wants bonus. You know that he wants to set the tone. And exactly right. He's just right back in there. He knows what the score is. So, be sure to see him continue to look for points here to secure this major decision.
9-3 the lead for Blaine Bergey. We'll note when he started the year at 5-1 at the Princeton Open, he did compete at 157. It wasn't until the Navy Classic that Bergey got locked in this spot here at 165, but a takedown has put him in position here. They've seen now an 11-3 lead to perhaps put the Tigers in position for their first bonus points of this duels competition, and that's amazing to see neither side over the first 5 having any bonus. It's been all decisions.
Yeah, I think it's been a testament to how close these matches have been so far. And, yeah, I mean, Blaine Bergey doing a really good job with that arm bar, smothering them on top and making it really hard for Mosher to do anything.
First 5 matches, Pat, determined by a combined 12 points.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah. That's a cool stat, because it just goes to show you, right, to, average of, less than 2 points of differential.
It's within a takedown on average, and that's, again, that rule of thumb this year with the change from 2 to 3 points. Anything that's within 3 points, anyone's guess. And how do you manage in those tight decisions? Princeton winning 4 of 5 so far, but Blaine Bergey in control here, approaching a short time in the third period. Again, the riding time point has been locked in. He's over 3.5 minutes in advantage. He's hoping for some late swipes here. But it will be Blaine Bergey giving Princeton a 16-3 lead, and the major decision going in his favor, 12-3. Well, it started off a little in trouble for Blaine Bergey, but right after that, after he got the escape, that first period takedown, the swipes, nearly getting a fall, he was in control after that.
Yeah, I think it's a big win for him, for his confidence, for his, demeanor going forward, and, especially a bonus point win against a tough opponent. It's a big win for Blaine Bergey.